Hey guys, so I wanted to create a YouTube video kind of going over my experience with the Inito app. So this is a fertility app that basically comes with a reader that you put on your phone. It looks like this. It all comes in this nice little package set up with your reader, instruction guide, all the good stuff. And then it has an app that you connect to, and I'll show you guys how that all works. And then you get your test strips that have like a QR code on them. And what you want to do with the QR code, I'll show you guys real quick. So I have my phone out right here, and I'm going to do a little bit of screen sharing as well. But just to kind of show you, this is what the app, if you can see through the glare, this is what the app looks like. You just click on that, and sorry, I'll be sharing, we can kind of see it there. I'll be sharing in the screen right here what I'm kind of doing through this, but you're gonna go and click on, let's see. You're gonna click on the More tab, or actually I don't really know how it's gonna look when you're just first setting up your own account, but there is a little button that says, right here at the top, it says Pair Strip Box. You click on that, and then you go to pair strip box, and your camera thing will pop up, and you go, and you always want to make sure you pair the new strip box that you get each time you get a new one, so that it will read with the monitor. But now let's move into how this all actually works. You're going to take your little reader, snap it on, and then you go and you pee, put your strip in for, and there's a timer on here. Whenever you go to click on the little center button that shows like a little kind of pee stick going into a cup, it's in the very center, it's the little blue button. You'll click, a little thing will pop up, and it says use your first morning urine for best results, fill your cup to the line, and you click next, and then it gives you a little countdown of sitting there and taking the test. Obviously, I'm not really taking a test, so I'm not going to fully go through all of that. But once you do take the test, I will have like a little box showing you guys what's going on and what happens in the next like little couple moments of it. Will count it down. It will then ask you to cover it up, cover the stick up. It'll make sure that you attach your monitor. It will give you a little alert once it says the monitor has been attached properly. And then you put your urine strip in there. And then this is where the fun part comes in. So then what you get to see is all of your hormone markers pop up in one place, and it tracks it throughout each month. So I'm going to show you guys just one cycle of what has been going on for me. So my period had started back in like March 20th or whatever. And so I was supposed to start tracking on cycle day 6, but I started on cycle day 7. But this is where you're going to get your baseline hormone levels. And then what Inito does is it's going to track the trend of what's going on. So you have to make sure you get these baseline levels first. So the green line is going to be measuring estrogen. The orange or yellow, light yellow line is going to be tracking your FSH or beta FSH, depending on which strips you get. The purple line is going to be measuring luteinizing hormone. This is the hormone that's meant to spike about 12 to 36 hours before you potentially ovulate. For somebody with like PCOS, that's not what I have, that can potentially spike multiple times. So this is where the Inito app is game changing, because it definitely shows you multiple potential ovulation moments. And that's where a lot of people can kind of miss their window of true fertility. And then my favorite is it tracks the progesterone levels. So as you can see here, I'm just going to kind of go through each day, cycle day 7, cycle day 8. You're just seeing this trend of where my estrogen is staying, where my luteinizing hormone is staying, progesterone, FSH, all that stuff. But then if we keep going, once I get closer to my ovulation day, which would be closer to usually cycle day 14 for if it's like a traditional 28-day cycle, you can see I'm kind of on the norm right there, where my LH spikes on cycle day 13, giving me a potential ovulation day of cycle day 14 or 15. But what's really cool is I get to see trending what's happening with my estrogen, luteinizing hormone, FSH, and progesterone even after that ovulation. So what we want to see after ovulation is the progesterone start to rise. So what's really cool here is you get to see that I had my progesterone rise significantly. Technically, I'm not here to give medical advice, but from what I've heard from my doctors, they want to see that at above 10. This is measuring urine PDG, so it's a little bit different than what you might see on a blood test. So don't focus on comparing your blood labs to what you see here. This is just, again, following the trend. So it's really cool. I absolutely love that I get to see all of these markers in one place. I don't have to stress about, because normally for these kind of markers to follow this kind of trend, you have to go into a blood lab to have your blood drawn every single day from peak +4 on to see where these levels are at. So what I can really do with these numbers is I can take this to my doctor, show them the trend that's happening. And what's really cool, just to give you insight into my personal cycle, on this cycle, we did start supplementing with progesterone because I have been having issues with pain and with shorter luteal phases and breakthrough bleeding, common things that can happen with low progesterone. So my doctor put me on there, and this is what's really cool. Inito picked up on that. Inito picked up on my actual supplementation of progesterone, because to have 40 progesterone is quite high. I'll just show you like a past cycle. You can see my estrogen doesn't get above like a 6.5 in some of these. So the highest I think it got on its own was 12.5, 12.1 in this one. So you can definitely see that I have a lower trending progesterone. And I really, really was very impressed with the fact that I was vaginally supplementing with progesterone during my luteal phase in this cycle, and Inito picked up on that. So very comforting to be able to see that I can notice if the supplements I'm using or the lifestyle changes I'm making with while tracking myself with this tracker app, I can actually see it in real time and see if it's helping me or hurting me or anything. So I just wanted to do that review for you guys, give you guys an idea of what it's like to track with the Inito app. And also I'll just show you really quick too, before I stop my screen recording, you can do a few other things as well. You can go to your chart or go to calendar. Sorry, you click on the days. Like, so if you go to calendar, you can click on the day and it's obviously tracking, your period and all that stuff, but where you can see hearts, that's the days that you have intercourse, and you can mark that you've had sex. No period, you can make notes if you want to keep track of like what your cervical mucus was like. You can track BBT, all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool that it really keeps it kind of simple, but it gives you so much information as well. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Feel free to check out the comment section below, or not the comment section, description section below. I should have a link there with a 15% off discount code if you want to get yourself a starter kit and save some money on getting started with this. Again, I know that it might seem a little pricey, but the way I look at it, I compared it to what I have to pay out of pocket for blood labs and the inconvenience I have to have of going to a blood lab every single day during my luteal phase, and even in my beginning phase where you have to get your starting markers. So for me, it's well worth the price. I actually feel like I save more money and have a lot more information constantly at my fingertips with this. So if you want to give it a try, I highly recommend it. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And again, in the description, I will have my link and the discount code that you can use to save 15%. But hope you guys found this helpful. And again, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Okay, so I know you guys thought the video was done, but I just had to jump on one more second to add some of the main reasons that I am in love with the Inito Fertility Tracker app. And I really think that it would be beneficial for anybody to try, whether they're trying to conceive or whether they are just wanting to monitor their hormone levels. One is the fact that the only other way that you're gonna get these kind of values to pay attention to the trend is if you were to physically go into a lab and have your blood drawn. Nobody wants to do that. Two is the fact that you can actually see in real time if any of the things that you are trying to do to improve the issues that you might be having, if they're helping or not, right? How many times are we told to take a certain supplement or given a certain medication. I think you guys saw in the last couple clips where I was showing you my chart, how I got to see that when I was put on progesterone, Inito actually picked up on that. I was actually able to see that my progesterone supplementation that I was given was actually raising my progesterone levels on the Inito app. So that's another huge one. And again, I just have to even push this even harder, that one of the hardest things that we can do is advocate for ourselves when we're on our fertility journeys. So when you have the Inito app kind of tracking things for you, it really takes the weight off your shoulders to have the data that you can bring to your doctor to kind of prove to them and show them what is trending throughout your cycle. And that can be a game changer for making your doctors take action and actually help you with things that you think might be the hormonal imbalance that you're dealing with. So I highly, highly recommend that you guys give this a try. And again, feel free to leave any questions, comments, anything in the comment section below, and I would be happy to answer them. I want to be here to help you as best as I can, and be sure to check the description because that's where you can find out even more info. But I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.